What's up, champs? Welcome to today's video. My name is Trevin. I'm a full-time 7-figure Amazon seller, and in today's video, we're gonna be breaking down step-by-step how to launch a product under $1,000. So many people talk about how you need $3, $4, $5, $10, $20,000 to launch a product, but is that actually the case? And today I'm gonna be diving into my screen, showing you guys 7 steps on how to actually launch a product on a budget. So if you guys are excited, go down, hit the subscribe button, like the video, drop a comment, and without further ado, let's dive into the video. All right, so let's dive into my screen and let's break down the 7 steps on how to launch on a budget. And the first thing that I wanna do is show you that this actually works. So here we have my main account, my second account. Between the two, I've done over $130,000 in sales in the last 30 days. And what I'm about to teach you is exactly what I did on these businesses. And yes, these are screenshots, but we're gonna dive into my main account and show you guys the sales for the day. And as you guys can see, I've done just over 2,600 for the day. And in the last 30 days, I've done over 117,000. So this actually works, and I'm really excited to break down all of the steps. So the first thing that we need to understand when starting on a budget is you're going to have a smaller product selection. Now, this doesn't mean that there's no products for you to sell. This just means that you have to be a little bit pickier and you need to know what to look for, because obviously the bigger the budget that you have, you could literally find any product and money doesn't matter because you can launch that. So that's the biggest thing to understand, is you're going to have to narrow your product selection. So that's number 1. Number 2 is you need to avoid home run products. And this is the biggest mistake people make when coming into the game of selling on Amazon, is they have the mindset of, oh, I'm going to invest $2,000 and in the first month I'm going to be doing $50,000 in profit. And now that's not really realistic. And now it is if you have a bigger budget, but if you only have $1,500, you just do the math, it just doesn't add up. I mean, with $1,500, you can only buy 200, 300 units, and 300 units doesn't turn into $50,000 profit. So you just need to set realistic expectations and have the mindset of you don't need to make $50,000 in the first month. So avoid home run products, and I'll break down kind of the strategy on how to understand what one is and how to avoid it. So that's number 2. The third thing is understanding keyword research, which kind of ties into the second thing. You need to know the demand of the product, and you need to understand the competition, whether it's high or low. So now we're going to come over to Amazon. And the first thing that we need to actually get is Helium 10. So if you guys don't have Helium 10 yet, I have a coupon code down below, 50% off. It's AMZ Champions 50, and it's going to be $48.50 for the Platinum plan to have the tools to help us find the products that fit our criteria. So $48, you're going to have Helium 10. That is just a business expense. You can't avoid that. And if you don't have Helium 10, then there's no way you're going to be able to launch on a budget, because you're just going to be guessing. So that's the first thing. Then the next thing is we actually need to find a product. And I took 30 minutes before I filmed this video to find this potential product that's going to fit our criteria. It's a felt ball garland. And just as a disclaimer, don't launch this product, because my guess is a bunch of people are just going to launch this product because they think it's going to be good because I'm showing it. And yes, it could have potential, but I've seen a lot of people actually launch products that I show examples of, and then it just gets kind of competitive, and then it just kind of goes nowhere. So don't just launch a product that I show on a video. Actually do the work yourself, okay? That's what I'm trying to teach you to do, is learn how to find products yourself. That is very important. So right here, felt ball garland, the first thing that we're going to do is, once we find a potential product, we're going to use the Chrome extension. This is Helium 10, and there's going to be a number of things that we're going to look at. The first thing is the average reviews. Average reviews is really, really low, which is good for launching a product on a budget. Obviously, we want to keep the average reviews low regardless of our budget, but especially if we're launching on a budget, we want to not deal with a bunch of competition. So average reviews is really good. The next thing is there's good, decent search volume. 2,100 searches per month for the keyword felt ball garland. That is really good. 2,100 searches per month. Let's do the calculator here. Divide that by 30. That is a potential of 70 people per day that could potentially buy your product. Okay, so that is just something to understand. And granted, there's other keywords which I'll show you. And it's very important to not just look at one keyword, you gotta look at multiple. But that's the next thing I'm gonna look at. Then you can also look at the average revenue. So the average seller is doing $1,800. Now, this is something that a lot of people kind of get caught up on. And this is kind of going back to the understanding home run products. They have the mindset of they want to make $1 million as quick as possible. And that is just not realistic. And you need to understand and you need to go for this low hanging fruit. And if your product was doing $1,800 per month, that is something to be ecstatic about. That is something to be very accomplished and feel good about yourself, because a lot of people don't even get to the point of launching a product. So the fact that you launched a product and making $1,800, that's a huge accomplishment. And people have it all twisted in the Amazon community. They think that you're a failure unless you're doing 8, 9 figures in sales. And it just drives me nuts, because there's different goals that people have for different circumstances. I mean, $1,800 correlates to what? $500 profit, let's say. That covers your car payment. That covers your food. That covers the next vacation you want to take. You need to put it into that perspective. $500 a month from an Amazon product is huge. You just need to do that, 5 more times, and you're making more than your 9 to 5. So that's the mindset that you need to have. And that is very important when it comes to launching a product on a budget. So right here, things are checking out really good. Average reviews, search volume, average revenue is not crazy, but it's going to make us some money, okay? Obviously, we need to have a product that's going to sell. It can't just not sell. We need to, obviously, we're in the game to make money, but you need to have your expectations shifted just a little bit. So once we do that, we need to now verify it a little bit deeper, and we're going to use Helium 10 Cerebro to dive into a little bit more keyword research. So I'm going to basically, I already did it. You're going to come to Helium 10 and you're going to copy the 3 top sellers for this particular product. You're going to hit get keywords, then you're going to enter in the filters. And what I did was I put the position rank 1 to 20. You guys know that. Then I did the competing products, the max competing products at 3,000. And these keywords are going to be decently searched. They're targeted keywords and they're not too competitive. And as you guys can see, we have pom-pom garland. I'm gonna make my text a little bit better. I can barely read. Pom-pom garland is being searched 4,100 times per month. That is really good, and only 2,000 competing products. We have another one, felt ball garland, which I just showed you. We have felt garland. We have this one, the pom-pom banner. I'll do the Helium 10 Cerebro. Is being searched 736 times with the average reviews of 50. Average revenue is a little bit higher. So this is looking really, really promising. And the reason why it's promising is it's not just this crazy home run product. It's really low competition. And the thing that's very important to understand is we don't need to order a ton of inventory. So let me explain why that's important. If we're going after these home run products that are doing $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 in sales, let's just grab the calculator. And let's say we want a product that does just for simplicity, we'll do $30,000. Okay, and let's say the product sells for $20. That means we have to order 1,500 units for 1 month of inventory. And if you're selling a product that is selling for $20 on Amazon, I guarantee that product landed in an Amazon warehouse is no less expensive than $5. So you have to order 1,500 units times by $5. That means you have to have $7,500 for this particular product. And that's just for the first order. You're going to run out of stock, and then you're going to have to fork up another $7,500. So you're going to need $15,000 to launch a product that is doing $30,000 a month. So that's what you need to understand, is it's just not realistic to launch a product on a budget and make $30,000. You need to spend too much in inventory, and then you have to reorder that inventory. You have to keep the cash flow going. And if you only have $1,000, it's impossible. It's impossible. Please understand that, okay? So this is very important. And as you guys can see, I'm very animated and I'm very passionate about this topic, because so many people kind of come in with the wrong mindset. But at the same time, having the mindset of I'm a failure unless I'm doing $30,000 a month is not the case, okay? So that's very important to understand. But let's keep doing math here. This product is doing $1,800, and how much does it sell for? it sells for 12 bucks. Okay, so 1,800, divide that by $12. So 1,800 in sales, divide by 12. That's how much it's selling for. That's how many units we're going to need. So we only need 150 units to order to stay in stock throughout the month. And if we need to stay in stock through 2 months, which is ideal, you only need to order 300 units to launch this particular product. Now that is a lot less than 1,500. And if you double that, it's 3,000. You kind of see the difference. Now you guys are understanding how to launch on a budget. So that's very important. So now what we need to do is we need to find a product where you can actually order a low minimum order quantity. So we're going to come back to the PowerPoint and we're going to touch on the next steps. Let's come here. So we talked about 1, 2, 3. And then the fourth thing is we need to find a supplier with low minimum order quantity. Obviously, if we only need 300 units and a supplier requires 1,000, 1,000 is going to be a lot more, even if each unit landed is $3. That's $3,000. But you can order 300 units and each unit landed is $3. What is that? That's $900. So that's how we're launching under $1,000. So we need to find a supplier with a low minimum order quantity, which I'll show you. The fifth thing is we need to find a supplier with quick lead time. And this is very, very, very important. Technically, we could order that product if the supplier has quick lead time. So lead time quick in my books is like under a week. If the supplier can get that product in under a week shipped to us, then technically we don't need to order all 300 units. We could order like 150 units to test it, see how things are going. And if we need to order inventory, we can then reorder it. And within 7 days, that product can be shipping to us. And that leads us to the sixth thing is we need to be shipping via air, which is an absolute must because then we can replenish our inventory quick enough so that we're not running out of stock. And I know that was a mouthful, that was a lot of information, but I hope you guys grasped that concept. Very important to find a supplier with quick lead time so that we can replenish that inventory. And then that means that we don't have to order as much inventory up front. So that's important to understand. And let's go. And then the last thing, which I'll talk about after we talk about how to find a low minimum order, quick lead time, shipping via air. Last thing is product images. We need to learn how to do that ourselves because that's going to save us a lot of money, which I'll show you guys. So let's come over to Alibaba. And I searched the keyword felt ball garland, and you're going to see that there are minimum order one piece between $2.30 to $2.70. Our profit margins may not be the best at that price. I don't know. We need to go and do the profitability calculator. We obviously need to do a little bit more research. I'm just showing you guys taking a step back and showing you guys exactly what goes through my mind when launching a product on a budget. So minimum order is one piece here. Minimum order is 200 pieces. So as you guys can, 300 pieces. This one is out of our range, but I bet we can negotiate it. Here's another one, 100 pieces. So as you guys can see, this product suppliers carry in stock and you're able to get that product without having to fork up a bunch of money. You don't have to order 1,000 units. And the biggest key to that is it's not crazy enough in demand to have to order 1,000 units. So that's very important to understand. Then once you find that and you find a product that you're interested in selling, and with this particular product, I would probably launch one that isn't these rainbow colors. I'd probably launch one similar to this. That's the more neutral kind of trendy colors right now, the rose gold, gray, and white. I think that would do really well. And actually, I mean, it's a really good price. It's a lot cheaper than the others in 200 pieces. So we could order 200 pieces of this. And if we get it landed for $2, that's only $400 to launch this product. And that's very, very inexpensive. And another thing about this is even if the product doesn't sell great, you're learning the process and learning the ropes of Amazon. You're learning how to create a listing. You're learning how to optimize the listing. You're learning how to launch and run PPC. You're learning so many valuable things by launching this product on this budget, and you're not risking a ton of money. So that's very important to understand. And then also, obviously, when you're doing product research, like I was saying, don't just launch what everyone else is launching. I mean, everyone has these rainbow colors. As you guys can see, here's the one that I was saying, a little bit more trendy color. I mean, there's only one. There's only one that has that color, and maybe you could do something to differentiate it. So that's another key factor, is to differentiate. And so maybe differentiating is doing these pom-pom balls and then having the flag banners as well. So you kind of do it together in a little bundle. So that's just some ideas on how I would differentiate this product. This one, they included just a little rainbow tassel thing. That was probably very inexpensive to add, but it sets them apart from the competition. So there's things that you can do to add to this product without any issues. So that's that. So order it, finding a supplier with low minimum order. The next thing is we need to reach out to the supplier and see their lead time and see if they can ship via air. Those are two very important things, because if it's a super long lead time, if it's 30 days and then you have to ship via sea, you're going to be out of stock for a couple months. And by the time you get back in, there could be more competition. Your rank may be screwed up. And so that's very important to understand, is you need quick lead time, ship via air if you're launching on a budget. And the last thing that we're going to talk about, because obviously we're on a budget, we don't want to spend a bunch, is we need to learn how to do product images ourselves. So let's just click on this listing right here, see their images, and see, kind of get a feel for what they've done. I mean, these are very, very easy to do. I mean, this image honestly is quite pathetic. It's not very well taken. These images are really well taken. So what we're going to actually do is learn how to take images ourselves. And yes, you do have to take the time to learn how to do, to take pictures. And now, I don't want to have you go take pictures on your iPhone and just be like, oh, this is going to look good. You actually have to have the camera equipment to do so. And I guarantee you have a neighbor, you have a family member, a friend that has a good, nice camera that you can use to take pictures. And once you take pictures, you obviously need to have a pure white background. You're going to go to Fiverr, and I have a coupon code down below. It's going to be 20% off. So it's even going to be cheaper than $5, but you're going to hire one of these people, as you guys can see, to basically remove your background and make it pure white. So you're going to do the lifestyle images, then you're going to take one to send to a freelancer on Fiverr to remove the background, and you can get pictures done for very inexpensive. Now, this is not the ideal situation. Obviously, you don't want to cheap out, and I'm not making this video saying that you can take shortcuts and you can do everything super cheap and you can just launch and make a bunch of money with as little money as possible. That's not what I'm trying to get at with this video. I'm just kind of showing you guys perspective and how to actually launch one with a budget if you're in that certain case. Now, obviously, the more money you have, the better it is, because you can hire a photographer, you can get more inventory. The more inventory you have, the more money you can make, and the list goes on. But I just wanted to break down those 7 steps to help you understand how to do so. A lot of people ask me, so here is the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know I was all over the place. I was super excited, but if you guys enjoyed, leave a like on this video, drop a comment down below, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. We will talk to you guys soon.